Okay, so we've got the basket moving left and right, but we want to stop it when it gets to the edge of the screen. Let's just have a look at its transform. So if we move the basket to the left, it's about right, and we look at its transform position, it's minus 5.66, and I would guess if we move it to the right it should be 5.58. Okay, well, right, so those are the figures we want to aim at to stop it. Just put it back to 0 again. So we could put that in directly into our code, but rather than do that, it's best to pass it through a variable. So let's go back to our code. Here we go. And I'm going to add 2 more variables, public variables. So, and again, these are going to be floating point numbers. I'm going to call it left stop. Now, I need another one called right stop. Now, because it's the same type of variable, it's a float, I can put it on the same line just by putting a comma and then right stop. Okay, so we've got 2 more public variables there of the float type. Now we have to make a decision before we move it. Remember that this is the line that moves the basket when we put its transform position as the new position. So before we do that, we just need to check that it's still on the screen. And we do that by using an if statement. So if, and then we open brackets. It's actually a function. Now, while we're doing this, it's important to realize that the if is perhaps the most important thing in computing, because most machines, like a washing machine, they have a fixed path to go along. They start at the beginning and finish at the end. But computers can always make decisions based on particular conditions. So these are where we set the conditions. So if we put new pos.x is greater than or equal to left stop. Okay, that's one condition. So we're saying that the x position of new pos must be either greater than or equal to the left stop. The other thing we've got to do is make sure that it's not past the right stop. So we need another condition to add on here. So so we need to add an and. Now, and in C# is 2 ampersands together, not 1 but 2. One has a different meaning. And then we put in the next condition. So this is less than or equal to right stop. Okay, those are our conditions. So we enter that. Close the bracket. Now, we can get away with this because there's only one thing to do here, but it might be a good idea to get into the habit of putting things inside curly brackets, because this isn't the end of the line, those are just the conditions. And then we'll add another curly bracket after that, and then Unity sorts out all our indents for us. So now it'll only move as long as those 2 conditions exist. Let's save it. Let's test it, which automatically saves it. Oops. Oh, look, I made a spelling mistake. So that's a good idea for checking it. There we go. And check it again. And now it's fine. Okay, so that's saved, been checked. Let's see if it works. So we go back to our code and we'll try running the game. Oh, silly me. I've forgotten to set the values. I should get an error on that. Yeah, sorry, I overlooked that. We haven't set up our left stop and right stop here. So just to recap, basket about there. I don't like minus 5.84. I'll just put minus 5.8. It'll do. And then hopefully on the other side it should be about 5.8 to there. Okay, so that should be our left to right stop. If I'd left it at 0, we wouldn't be able to move it at all. Okay, so we're back. Let's try that. So the basket moves to the sides of the screen, but we can't move it off. Okay, good, we're getting there. The next thing is we need to actually be able to capture apples. So let's just save it again. Right, and we'll catch apples next time.